I'm sorry, the video got cut off before we got to our final answer. But the way it would have worked is we would have been debited amortization expense for the patent for $20,000, amortization expense for the franchise $6,000, credited patents for $20,000, and credited franchise for $60,000. So now let's move on to the next one. And in the next situation, we have Bob Company uses the units of activity method in depreciating buses. One bus was purchased January 1st, 2012 at a cost of $100,000. It has a 4-year useful life, and it's expected to be driven 50,000 miles during that time. Salvage value is $10,000. So we're going to compute the depreciation cost per unit, and then depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation, and book value for each year. So first of all, our cost was $100,000, salvage is $10,000, so that means our depreciable cost will be $90,000. We're going to divide the $90,000 by the total units. Our total units is $50,000, and we'll be depreciating at a cost of $1.80 per unit. So that's the depreciation cost per unit. So now let's look at each year. We're going to start with 2012. And in the year 2012, mileage is 11,000. So we're going to take the $1.80 times 11,000, and that will give us 19,800. Remember, our total cost is 100,000. So first of all, our annual depreciation expense in that year is 19,800. It's the only year we've accumulated depreciation so far, so our accumulated depreciation is 19,800. And our book value is going to be the $100,000 minus 19,800, which would be 80,200. So our book value at the end of the year is 80,200. Now let's look at 2013. And that year, the mileage was 14,000. So 180 times 14,000 is going to equal 25,200. So our annual depreciation expense for 2013 is 25,200. We're going to add that on to the 19,800 for our total accumulated depreciation. 19,800 plus 25,200 is going to give us a total accumulated depreciation of 45,000. Again, if we take 100,000, subtract our accumulated depreciation of 45,000, that gives us a book value of 55,000 at the end of 2013. Now let's go to 2014. 2014, we have 15,000 units. So $1.80 times 15,000 units is going to be 27,000. So our depreciation expense would be 27,000 for 2014. We're going to add that on to our accumulated depreciation. So now we're going to have to determine our accumulated depreciation for 2014. It's going to be the 19,800 plus the 25,200 plus the 27,000. We're going to have to add all three of those together. So if we add all three of those together, that gives us accumulated depreciation of $72,000. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to go ahead and determine our book value. Again, total cost is $100,000. $100,000 minus the $72,000 of accumulated depreciation gives us a book value of $28,000. Last year, we have depreciation actual mileage of 10,000 units. So we have $1.80 times 10,000 units, or 10,000 miles I should say, is 18,000. So our depreciation expense that year is 18,000. We're going to add that to our accumulated depreciation, and that's going to give us a total accumulated depreciation of 90,000 at the end of the 4 years. 100,000, our total cost, minus 90,000, our accumulated depreciation, is $10,000. Just what it should be, right? Because our salvage value is $10,000, and we only depreciate to the point of the salvage value. So, hopefully that will help you with homework problem number 4. One more thing I wanted to talk about.